Hello, boys and girls, and anyone else out there. Well, even the fake news can't lie about this one.
Not surprisingly, several polls seem to have found that Vice President Kamala Harris has the lowest approval of any vice president since the 70s.
Well, they can't lie about that, but of course they can lie about the reasons why.
Where do you think this is coming from, Joy?
Well, let's see. What is different about her that we haven't seen before? What could it be? Oh, that's right. She's a woman and she's black. I almost forgot.
Well, it's not surprising because it is all about race and gender, right?
You're being a little ridiculous, Sonny. Just because she's black doesn't mean she can't be incompetent.
You're considered the most liberal United States senator.
Somebody said that, and it actually was Mike Pence on the debate stage. But
Yeah. Well, actually, the nonpartisan GovTrack has rated you as the most liberal senator.
let's talk about that.
You once again gave a non-answer. Joe Biden gave a non-answer.
Trying to answer you
The
now.
American people deserve a straight answer.
And is that a socialist or progressive perspective?
No.
It'd be important if you said the truth. Joe Biden said twice in the debate last.
You can't just laugh your way through everything and not answer any questions.
Because it is all about race and gender, right?
Well, Kamala is a red dot Indian, and she's Jamaican. So African Americans don't even particularly care for her. And when she was a prosecutor, she put a lot of black guys in jail.
Never in a million years I would have thought that they were going to charge me for Sells murder. I never talked to no detective, no police officer, no DA, nobody.
Just arrested and then charged.
Arrested and charged. That's it.
Was the first time you saw Kamala Harris in person the day that the verdict was issued?
She showed up at the two most pivotal times in this first trial, and me being convicted and me being sentenced. She wanted to be present for a celebration of a conviction.
That's what it felt like, celebration?
A celebration, that's what it felt like. The reactions I get when I tell people my story is, they say it's the worst nightmare. You know, it's the closest thing to dying.
Places like Politico and Axios reported how disappointed the White House was in her first foreign trip. If you remember, she did an interview where she was laughing about the border when she was asked, are you going to go visit the border? And she said, I also haven't been to Europe, and laughed very uncomfortably. Her laugh has become a way for people to take hits at her because it's uncomfortable to watch. It's uncomfortable to answer. And I always thought she needed more media training than she had been doing. And the problem for Democrats going into 2024 is if President Biden chooses not to run for re-election, she's just not going to be a strong enough candidate to run for president. And if people don't want to listen to me and think it's all about race and gender, that's fine. Honestly, it's everyone's risk to take. But Ron DeSantis would put her in the ground. I mean, it would be an election for Republicans. Republicans would love nothing more than to run against Vice President Harris.
Well, the truth is she has very little experience.
Where do you think this is coming from?
And generally, she's done a lousy job.